There's a planet out there, drifting like a ghost, where no planet should ever be. It defies the laws we teach in classrooms, breaks the models Nobel Prize winners built their legacies on, and quietly whispers a terrifying truth. We may know nothing at all. Orbiting a cold, ancient ember of a star, this gas giant, WD-1856+534b, has become the universe's ultimate riddle. It shouldn't be there, but it is. And in its quiet orbit lies a cosmic scream that our equations might be paper thin, our models naive, and our certainty deeply misplaced. This isn't the story of a planet, it's the story of an idea. That everything we think we know about how planets form, how stars die, and how the universe works might be wrong. Somewhere between science and silence lies a secret the cosmos is trying to whisper to us. And tonight, we listen. This is the story of WD-1856+534b, and why its existence might prove that our universe isn't what we think it is. Let me take you to a place so dry, it feels like another planet. The Atacama Desert in Chile. It's here, under the clearest skies on Earth, that the ALMA Observatory sits. Towering white dishes scan the heavens, looking not for planets, but for patterns, disruptions, whispers. On one routine night, astronomers spotted something strange. A dip in brightness, small, repeating. To the untrained eye, a glitch. But to those who listened to light, it was a knock at the door of reality. A gas giant, massive, orbiting a white dwarf named WD-1856+534. This wasn't supposed to happen. White dwarfs are death remnants, not places where life, or even planets, can exist. Here's why that's insane. When a star becomes a red giant, it swells up, burning everything nearby. Think of it like our sun, one day expanding to swallow Mercury, Venus, even Earth, and then collapse. The star sheds its outer layers and becomes a white dwarf, so dense, a teaspoon would weigh several tons. If a planet was close during all that, it would have been incinerated or flung into deep space. WD-1856+534b is about 14 times the mass of Jupiter. 1 year on this planet lasts just 1.4 Earth days. This is like finding a cruise ship docked inside a volcano after it erupted. Still pristine, still floating. It doesn't make sense. So what did NASA do? They checked it again, then again. They brought in the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite and the Spitzer Space Telescope. Each confirmed it. A real planet, in real orbit, around a dead star, extreme survival. That's what this is really about. Not just a planet beating the odds, but a deeper truth. Even in places scorched by endings, something can remain. Something can still orbit the ashes. We spend our lives building models of the world, of ourselves, of the future. But what happens when the universe shows you something wildly outside your model? It shatters everything. WD-1856 isn't just a curiosity. It's a question mark on reality itself. It forces us to face a deeper truth. We are not just ignorant. We are unprepared for the real shape of things. We thought time was linear and death final. But what if death is just a rebirth? This planet, surviving where none should, makes us ask, what impossible thing are you refusing to believe? Just because a model said no? Maybe survival isn't rare. Maybe resilience is written into the cosmos. Maybe this isn't breaking rules. It's rewriting them with wonder. You've just spent a few minutes traveling across light years, bending the laws of physics, confronting cosmic paradoxes. But this journey doesn't end here, Because the real frontier isn't out there, it's in here. So let's make it personal. What does a forbidden planet teach you? That what the world says is impossible might not be impossible at all. That even in the aftermath of destruction, something new can orbit. And that survival isn't just luck, it's a model waiting to be rewritten. Reverse engineer reality. Start with a belief you've always accepted about the universe, success, or yourself. Ask, what's the origin of this idea? Has it been updated? Disrupted? Proven wrong? Start your impossible list. Write down 5 things that seem impossible today in science, in your goals, in humanity's future. Track them, watch them shift, become an idea cartographer. Chart ideas the way we chart stars. Build constellations of thought. Let others contribute. Create thought collisions. Follow thinkers you disagree with. Read something that challenges you. Let cognitive dissonance reshape you. Engage in cosmic dialogue. Start a discussion group about the universe, consciousness, and physics. Invite wild questions. Normalize not knowing. That's where discovery lives. You don't need a PhD to wonder. You don't need a telescope to explore. All you need is the willingness to say, what if? And I'm here to make sure you never run out of questions, because this channel isn't a platform, it's a mission to teach what others sell, to share what others gatekeep, to ignite the minds that still dare to wonder. To truly grasp the impossibility of this planet, you have to understand what happens when a star dies. Our sun one day will swell, slowly, silently, engulfing Mercury, Venus, Earth, not in an explosion, but a fiery embrace. Then collapse. Its outer layers drift into space, and what's left is a white dwarf, a dense ember in the dark. And orbiting one of these is the WD planet. If it had been there during the star's red giant phase, it should have been annihilated, vaporized. But here it is, stable, silent, still orbiting the ashes. Even our best tidal models can't explain it. Tidal forces should have torn it apart, spiraled it into the star. But there's no decay, no destruction, only defiance. To survive its Q factor, a measure of internal friction, would need to be far beyond anything we've ever seen. So maybe it's not the planet that's wrong, maybe it's us, our models, our framework. Because when equations fail to explain reality, you're not looking at a glitch, you're looking at the key. Science demands proof, but when the data doesn't fit the model, again and again, the bravest scientists don't dismiss the anomaly. They chase it like a ghost in the machine. The WD planet didn't form where we found it. Maybe it moved. First idea, planetary migration. Gas giants can shift inward, pulled by gravity from sibling planets or stars. But the white dwarf phase is violent. No gentle moves here. That planet would have been hurled, like a rock from a slingshot. Theory 2. Capture. What if this planet was a rogue, a cosmic orphan drifting cold for eons, crossing paths with a dying star, caught by its gravity, settling like a stranger after a storm? NASA and ESA say there may be 10 times more rogue planets than stars, 1 trillion wanderers. But even that feels incomplete. Theory 3, artificial placement. An engineered world moved intentionally. Astroengineering, megastructures, orbital control. Could an ancient intelligence have placed it here? Planetary migration, rogue capture, artificial placement, all uncomfortable ideas. But science doesn't care about comfort. It cares about coherence. Maybe we haven't solved this mystery because we haven't accepted how little we really know. And if your mind's still spinning with wonder, don't stop here. Check out our full playlist on cosmic mysteries, where every video pulls you deeper into the unknown. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. not just for the algorithm, but for the adventure.